We are underway, and we are right!
Does this mean we get $1?
I ain't got $1 to pay. This is a nice setup. But now, just a reminder, this is Group 2 flags. And if you don't remember what Group 2 flags means, as you can see, the world map, it's a little different than you remember. As we start off with the super tanks.
As if regular tanks weren't enough. And we have our first boom boom. Sabo doing a good job at it, and down it goes. Meanwhile, Sharky's taking things a little bit slowly, which is never a bad thing.
Yeah, he suffered a death the first go-around, so he wants to make sure that he doesn't take up another death. As we get the giant Sledge Brother here, and sab0tender dispatches of him pretty easily.
Gets a free power-up, too, from that Sledgehammer Bro, which is always nice to find.
So we do see the other Hammer Brother coming into the area here, but sab0tender is going to go ahead. And nice use of the decision to use the star here against these Fire Bro. Good time to do so, and gets rewarded with one of those clouds.
Could come in handy later, depending on if there's a real nasty stage and a terrible placement.
Are we getting a World 4 in World 4? What is up with this craziness?
Well, it's 4 Fort 1 to be fair, so we can't go full Fred.
We can go half Fred if we want. That would be a free.
That's your call.
I think it's up to chat whether or not it's a Fred or not.
Meanwhile, Sharky picking up a frog suit and a mushroom house. That's at least handy for power, for being big later.
There's nothing wrong with grabbing power-ups, especially if you find yourself going to need them a little bit later on. Sharky taking care of the Hammer Bro while sab0tender finishes off with the Boom Boom. And right in its spot where it normally is, it creates the bridge, and sab0tender heading over to our first airship.
Ooh, and gets a torch to the face.
Meanwhile, Sharky taking a fire to the foot. That hurts.
Sabo now on to Iggy. Ooh, and it's big Iggy. But only 2 hits, which isn't terrible. And he'll be on to his next world.
World 6. Come on, let's do World 6 next. What do you think?
Wow, you're diabolic.
Get it out of the way now.
Well, then by that logic, make it Pipe Maze.
No, save that for last. I asked Fred how much a hammer suit costs when he was on commentary with me last week. He would not answer. Yet we still don't get an answer for it. World 1.
Hey, it's the grassland.
We have to go a long way around in this World 1. Let's have some fun. Let's start off with 5-3, shall we?
Well, if the shoe fits, which I don't think it will here. Lots of slowdown on Sabo's side.
And that's something you're going to see out of these 2 runners. They're not going to go all out. You're not going to see like the Mitch Flower power screeching across of a level. And, you know, sometimes that can get into a little bit of trouble as well, because sometimes you don't have confidence where those platforms are going to be. Sharky takes a death here. I didn't get to see how many HP.
He's gonna have to be. Oh, I'm sorry.
I was gonna say I didn't see how many HP that Koopa Kid was, but as you're pointing out, he's gonna have to be careful.
Yeah, he doesn't have any backup lives, so he could go back to start.
Actually, if he goes back to start, he only has to redo, what is it, 1 level at this point? Because the other place was the fortress, wasn't it?
That is very
5-9.
true. Oh,
5-9.
The diagonal.
Sabo's going to play it.
The diabolic diagonal. Oh, and meanwhile, Sharky takes a game over.
Yeah, and I think at this point you just go right back and... Actually, he may not actually have to do another level. He just go right back to the airship at this stage. The only thing that's rough would be he loses certain power-ups, but it's no problem at all. Look at this World 4 layout here. It's just going to cost him a little bit of time getting back to the airship.
Ignores the mushroom houses, but I kind of can't blame him, because you want to keep it moving.
Wow. I can't believe that sab0tender did not get hit by that fire chomp. Good job keeping his mushroom here, and Sharky using some speed strats here in this airship. Nice job.
Sabo now with 2 star guards. We'll see if he gets a third later. Meanwhile, he goes for the end card first. Gets one item.
Yeah, we'll see what those flowers end up being in just a moment. He does now know where the mushrooms match up. And no inventory check from him as we go to 1-3, and it's 1-5. Sharky's out of this world as well, so he'll be joining sab0tender in World 1. Now, an interesting decision coming up. Both of these runners do have the cloud, so if they choose to do so, they could skip 5-9. So we'll see if Sharky plays out 5-9 when he comes across it in a couple of stages. And there's the 5-up for sab0tender.
Some much-needed early lives.
Hey!
Who put this here? Fred?
Fred! 1F at 1F. Let's see if we get a leaf here. Yes, we do, but that that boo is not going to make it any easier for him to try to grab that prize up there, so he's not even going to bother. That's a good decision by sab0tender not to go for it, because you lose that leaf, you're going to lose just a little bit of time, and you might want that leaf for a little bit later on.
For all we know, it's something useless up there anyway.
It could be a mushroom. You don't really need a mushroom. It could be an anchor. You really don't want anchors here.
But then again, it could be something like, oh, I don't know, a hammer suit? Meanwhile, we got 2-1 on Sabo's side.
And Sharky taking the death here, and I think he's going to get ready to cloud this 5-9. So he's going to be out of a cloud, and we'll see how that comes into play a little bit later on. Now, one thing to know is that sab0tender never took a look at his inventory, so we don't know what that flower represents from the end spade game. That's just rude of that Spiny, by the way.
Oh, you want to know rude? Yeah. I was watching the front end of one of the other races that were going on today, and there was a nipper right at the end of a warp pipe where they had to advance. They could not avoid it.
That does not sound like a lot of fun at all. So here we are at the end of World 1, and it turns out to be World 2's airship. And a nice Koopa Kid that is all of 1 HP. So Sharky's not going to get that leaf as well. So we're not going to see what is up there at this point. sab0tender, 8 minutes and 53 seconds in, is done with World 1.
Where to next? You know what? I'm saying Seaside. Keep it straightforward, right?
You know, I said World 6 earlier. I'm actually going to go with World 2 now.
Oh, you think it's going to be Desert Hill, huh?
Yes, I do. And there it is.
Wow! Who sneaked the seed to you?
The person who created the seed. Oh! If you want to only deal with one level, you deal with the fortress. This is an interesting layout to this world, too. And this is something that's in this Group 2 flag set here that makes things interesting as we get the other World 4 here as the 2F.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty good trade-off. Oh!
just missed the donut.
Into the marinara.
And Sharky wisely choosing to get the 5 up after taking the game over earlier at the end of the stage. So sab0tender taking that death here. He's got 8 lives remaining, which is good. Wants to get that running start to get up there. He does. There we go.
Meanwhile, Sharky doing the end card for the first time.
This is not exactly fun here for sab0tender. It gets one of the hot feet to come down. Trying to just bid that time for that second one to come down. Good patience for sab0tender.
Ooh, that was very lucky for sab0tender there. It seems like the Rotodisc was despawned.
Yeah, I saw that, which was very nice. And we get the Frog Mario here for Sharky.
Oh, please beat it as Frog for swag.
Oh, no, he's not going to be able to do so. It would have been easy for him to do so because of the fact that it's a 1 HP Koopa here at the end. But nonetheless, he does match up the mushrooms here. We'll get to see what those are coming up in just a moment.
Still don't know what the fire flowers represent.
But Sharky is done with World 2 at 11 minutes and 16 seconds. Oh, Tanuki suit for the mushroom, by the way.
That's not terrible.
But terrible is this world. This is going to be 6-6. A certain Flower Power hated this in a match last night. Not going to spoil what happened in his secondary match against GamerCal, but this was not a fun level whatsoever.
Sounds like I might have to go back and watch that then.
sab0tender trying to be patient around these bloopers, and yeah, I knew that was going to end up happening. Takes the hit by 1, takes the death. Now, once again, he does have a cloud. Does he choose to do it? No, he's going to go Ribbit style. Oh no, he is going to go cloud. And Sharky doing the same thing here, heading on over into the fortress to take care of that lock. And sab0tender, as Frog Mario finishes off the Hammer Bros and gets the first hammer of this seed.
We'll see how useful those turn out to be later.
Now, do you want to see sab0tender make it to the Koopa Kid with the frog suit? No, he's not going to.
Yeah, it would have been nice to see that for swag, but we can't always get what we want, right?
But if we try sometime, these runners can give us what we need. Oh, he's going to lose that power up right immediately. This is bullet hell right here for sab0tender. Gets through it, though.
Bullet hell? I thought we weren't... I thought this was Mario, not a bullet hell.
Well, somebody added this to the game, unfortunately. Here's the finish of that Hammer Bro. Sharky's going into the airship, and we know that or the coin ship, and we know this is going to be the hammer for Sharky. sab0tender done with World 3, 13-17, but don't count Sharky out. Remember, he came back from about a world and a half back at sab0tender in their first group stage match.
Okay, Nostradamus, what's next?
World 5. Nope, World 6. He gets a hammer suit, though, does sab0tender.
Oh, and we have the abandoned fort.
Yes, we get what is called Fort Knox because of all the money that you can get if you break apart those blocks, but you don't usually see these runners spending a whole lot of time to grind up on those coins. Oh, Sharky taking a death at 6-6.
He's thinking, yeah, I would use a frog suit there too. I mean, they're purely situational, but when you have the right situation, you go for it.
This is not a this was not a good situation here for Sharky.
Meanwhile, Sabo getting his Tanuki suit. Need that to beat the level.
So sab0tender grabbing the Tanuki suit will go ahead and fly up. Sharky just tried to get himself to the end of this level. Oh, that was close.
Felt like he cheated death there.
At least twice, and he's still not completely done with this level just yet. Gotta watch out for the cheeps flying through.
He's got this.
Yes, now he does. Finally gets to the end, and there we go. sab0tender done. Gonna use the pipe, see where it goes.
It goes nowhere.
It'll go somewhere, but not where he wants it to go. And we're gonna see what this other hammer bro is in this world, too.
Oh, how nice. An extra life.
We get a star from it and a music box, which could come into play in World 7.
Yeah, that if there's any time you want to see a music box, it's before 7.
And we have a World 6 fortress in World 6.
Fred? Seriously? This is twice now, come on, man.
Now, if this spawns the bridge, then that's definitely a Fred moment. Oh, not the bridge, but the lock. Is it the lock or the bridge that normally spawns?
It breaks a lock. It's the second fort of 6 that forms a bridge.
Ooh, sab0tender. There we go. You never want to deal with that boom boom when he starts to speed up like that, because his movement does start to become a little erratic and can be very dangerous, and it breaks apart a lock, but not the lock that's blocking that pipe. So sab0tender heads on here. Welcome to World 3.
Springtime in a winter world. How nice.
And this will allow sab0tender to continue to speed through here. Oh, wow. I was worried he didn't get the right angle on that, as Sharky deals with Fort Knox, about to pick up his Tanuki suit. 3-4, where we are in the end spade game, coming back here for sab0tender. So we know Tanuki suits, and I almost want to say there's a hammer suit as part of the world prize here too, but not 100% certain of that. We really haven't had an extended look at the inventory to find out.
Well, he does have a couple of hammer suits, from what I could gather. So, I guess that's maybe what the fire flowers are?
Well, the fire flower was the Tanuki suit. I know that because we saw that earlier. But oh no, I'm sorry. That was the mushroom. That's the Tanuki suit.
Yeah, had to double take for a second to remember that. And we have another World 6 stage here.
Without the auto-scroller, which is very nice.
Fighting fire with fire against a fire chomp? That makes no sense.
Well, you gotta do unto others as others do unto you. Golden Rule plays in the Mushroom Kingdom just as well.
Well, regardless, Sabo's passed it, and he seemed hesitant. He seemed hesitant on wanting the 5-up, but he takes it anyway.
Yeah, he did not want that 5-up. He was just wanting to get something else besides the star, but ends up getting it anyway, as we now know. Ooh, 7F2.
Did he have a cloud? Because he might cloud over it.
He's gonna take a pipe, see if he can go around it.
Well, a bridge was built.
Yeah, he is not dealing with that place. No siree, as we get one of the hand stages.
Yeah, this looks like hand 3. Using a superstar. Not too bad.
Yeah. Ooh, that was close on that jump right there. Does get the mushroom. And so sab0tender will find out what the prize for the hand stages are going to be in this seed, because you beat 1, The prize will be the same for the other two if you do come across those levels. And it is a music box. Oh, goodness.
Well, we already have one, so that's kind of superfluous.
Exactly. As we end up...
This is, this is World 4, like the door level.
Yes, it is. That would be 4-6 here that we are in. Sharky now going through the 3-4 at this point.
Ooh, nearly avoided that giant piranha.
Yeah, a couple of near hits here for Sabo, but be able to keep his power-up mushroom, which is definitely good. And Sharky taking a death to Lakitu to send him back to the beginning.
Meanwhile, Sabo's onto the airship, and this looks like airship 1.
Airship number 1 indeed, and another death for Sharky, down to 6 lives at this point. sab0tender, oh, this is the second time the sab0tender's won after a power-up in an airship, but had too much traffic to deal with, and ended up losing that power-up immediately. Let's see how many hits this is going to take.
Gotta be careful with those balls, though.
Yeah, unfortunately, Lemmy gets him.
Decides to use a Tanuki. Maybe get a swag kill. Round 2. Let's see how this goes for Sabo. Gets the first. Gets a second.
2, and he went to a statue just to make sure. 3 hits, there we go. We got a wild Tanuki command.
Throw a Pokeball.
Doesn't work here.
What, you asked for a command? I will not be denied.
No, you won't. But it won't work here. So sab0tender done with world number 4. We still have, what is it? World 5 is still to come, 7 still to come, 3 still to come.
And we get Seaside.
And 3 is the next stage. Yes, we do.
And oh, this is a Star Runner stage.
Good old World 7-7 here. sab0tender is in as he will try to see how long his star power can keep up going. Ooh, whoa!
I don't think he's gonna have enough to keep his power up. Looks like he's gonna have to at least 3 cycle it.
Yeah, unfortunately he's gonna have to end up losing his power up now because, yep, he has to slide underneath the pipe and he could not do that. So he's gonna go back in. Let's try this again. Sharky still, Sharky takes a dip in the lava here at 7F2.
Sharky's using a P-Wing and a star to get through it.
No shame in doing that. You have to do what you can in order to survive it.
Meanwhile, Sabo doing a lot better than the last time. He makes it. Sharky being particularly careful because he does not want to lose his P-Wing.
But he does get hit by the thwomp, which does make him lose that P-Wing at this point. Waiting out the hot foot, moving past the boo, and the worst of this is now pretty much over with, but it's still not a done deal as far as this level is concerned.
Meanwhile, we see Sabo get a star in the 1-up cards from the end card.
So Sharky looks like he's going to be finishing off against 7F2 here. And will make his way to the second half of this World 6. And hey, we got a hammer!
Oh,
let's break apart that lock!
Nice! Cool beans, man. And this appears to be Airship 7, I believe? Yeah, it's Airship 7. Wasn't sure of myself.
Yep, you can always tell that this is the Airship 7 because of these platforms at the very, very end of the stage. And we're gonna go inside, and it looks like Sharky takes a death to a cheap. How cheap that was. And now Wendy says, how do you do? I come with Earthquake, but I also come with 2 HP. Have your wand. Sharky taking another death in the cheap hand stage. Most important thing here is to try to stay calm as you're going through this. You can't let the deaths eat at you, because then that might cause greater problems.
Yeah, but considering how everything is shaken out in this group, I don't think that's the least bit on their mind. They just want to make sure they finish.
Well, yeah, but still, you don't want to take a death and have it rile you up. You know, it's a rough thing to end up dealing with as we get 3F1.
AKA door number 6. Hey, look! The right way wasn't behind door number 6.
I like that cheap that almost came to visit. And by the way, that now means that World 7 is going to be...
the pipe maze.
World 7. As we get World 8-2, and nice of sab0tender to go ahead and pull up his movement there, because otherwise he was landing for that piranha plant.
Curious that he didn't take the shortcut, but that's his choice.
Crazy dude, there seems to be a cheap in the sky.
Minor problem. They could do it. I'm sure of it. Sure, it would involve maybe a couple power-ups, but they could do it.
Oh, there's our first boss pass of the seed.
Wow, how courteous to show up this late. Sabo deciding that he had plenty of lives and ignored that one up in that hammer stage.
Yeah, and I was going to be forced to this fight with the hammer, bro, but he's got a power up at this time, so he should be fine at this point. Does the juke of the hammers here, gets it done perfectly fine. Gets that one up there. Gets another cloud, which is nice to see at this point as Sharky comes across to Airship 1.
Ooh, and we get, I believe this is 7-3, I want to say?
I'm not really good at identifying some of these stages, so I'm not even going to try to lie, but, ooh, that's a bad death for sab0tender to take.
Luckily for him, that the power-up in that box is a star, so all of the other most other boxes will be stars if he keeps going.
Yep, and Sharky trying to not get hit. Oh, that's close to the balls, but he does tackle Lemmy. Grabs the wand. He'll be going on to the 5th world, the World 3. Coming up next, the sab0tender continues his way through World 6. It's once again a world and a half lead for sab0tender, but remember what Sharky did in their first group meeting. And a hammer!
And we get the big H level. Ooh, lots of slowdown there, though, for Sabo.
We get the big lag level. Can we get the H's in the chat as sab0tender gets ready to see the H?
Bye, H.
We need to get World 3-9 in here so we can get the small H into the chat as well.
Sabo's still doing end card. He must not feel confident about what he has still.
Well, you never know. I mean, he hasn't gotten the coins yet. He hasn't gotten a couple of other matches at this point. So I think at this point, sab0tender would really love to see, the 10s or 1-ups. I just heard that cling noise. Like, if one of them turns out to be a hammer, that would be really nice. Although we did get no hammers. We got a lot of frog suits this seed. 5-1 here in World 5.
Judging from Sabo's inventory, one of the matches is hammers. I feel certain of that. Sabo making it through 5-1 with no problems whatsoever.
Yep, he gets his 13th life at this point. And so therefore, one more stage left here is going to be one that you'd love to try to clip your way through, but without a power-up, sab0tender can't, so he's going to take the death.
Yeah, I would too.
And this is the one that you can fly over, 7-6, so sab0tender grabs the P-Wing and will fly over the stage.
He must really want to hold on to that cloud for 7. And on we go to... I think this is Airship 3. Oh, Airship 4, okay.
Yep, good old Airship 4, the slow airship. If you're playing this in the normal game with the auto-scroller still on, Sharky going up to the airship now. So sab0tender has a 1 world advantage, but 7 and 8 are just around the corner. The decisions that sab0tender makes will determine if he's able to hold on to this lead as we make our way to the final 2 worlds of the stage. Crazy Dude, are you ready for World 7?
I think I am. It just depends on what we get for the layout. Are we going to get a God Pipe, or are we going to have to find our way through everything?
Well, there's that piece of me that likes the world where you have to try to figure out everything in it, and that world, that stage 3 is never going to get touched.
Well, don't say it won't just yet.
No, that stage 3 is not getting touched. I like the hammer that was blocking stage 9, though. There it is. That's a God Pipe, and that's a beautiful thing. And with a hammer in hand, this is going to be an easy one for sab0tender.
Let's see what we get from here. A mushroom.
Just a mushroom, but sab0tender has a hammer in hand, so he's going to be able to break this lock and make his way. It is his only hammer, however, since he broke the lock in stage 3. However, Sharky is no different in this regards, that he will only have 1 hammer going into World 7 as well.
It's all basically going to come down to the layout of 8.
Ooh, takes a hit here by a high jumping. Needs to be careful at this point, and ooh, that could have been dangerous. Gets him down 2 HP. Nice. sab0tender heading to World 8 at 34 minutes 12 seconds.
Meanwhile, Sharky going on and taking the Sand of Shame. See? I told you it could be done!
What's wrong with taking the sand? I mean, if you don't want to get hit by piranhas, jump into pits, you need to balance on music blocks, or whatever the case might be, this is the way to go.
Hey, it's the community's name, not mine, so I only go by what they say.
sab0tender ending up going right past the hand right there didn't get grabbed, so therefore he's on to this. And we have one of our World 6 fortresses in World 8. It seems to be every seed, or at least the seeds that I've been keeping track on here, a World 6 fort in World 8.
I'm surprised we didn't see a swag kill of a Rotodisc with the Tanuki there.
So 6F1 for sab0tender, ending up taking care of this Boom Boom, gets him done before he flies. That's good, that's golden. Where are these pipes gonna go? Which are these locks going to unlock or break open here?
And here we go into the real pipe maze. So, it doesn't look like bridge will be required.
Oh, but he has no bridge just yet. So we deal with 5F1. Does this create the bridge to Bowser's castle?
You know what? I'm gonna go out on a limb and say yes.
I almost want to bet it's that one fortress that we saw on the map just before sab0tender went in that next pipe.
Well, regardless, we're gonna get our answer very shortly as Sabo takes down Boom Boom.
Is this the bridge to Bowser?
Survey says... No, it is not!
So we have to backtrack and find the right way to get to the castle. And this is going to get a little annoying because you deal with a fort. Oh, come on! 8F at 8F!
Fred? I know this is the best fort, but really? Let's see if he one cycles this.
He's not going to after bonking into the wall.
Well, at least avoids those enemies, but takes a hit from the Rotodisc in the next room.
To one cycle, you almost have to be flawless in your movement, and unfortunately, he was in that case. So he'll just wait out the P-wing or the P-switch here, and head on over to Boom Boom. But will this break or create the bridge he needs to get to Bowser? Sharky broke that H. Alright, so we're gonna go across the pipe here. Or not in the pipe. Or into the pipe.
I think he picked the wrong one by accident.
Yeah, I think so too. And it does create the bridge, so you do have to go through 8F in order to get to Bowser's castle. Here we go. Hammer suit in. Let's see how sab0tender does here for the final stage. Final group stage match here for sab0tender, wanting to come out with a win. It looks like he may be doing strong to do so. And we get a 2-up for Sharky. Don't see that all that often.
Yeah, it's fairly easy to get the 5-up, but getting a 2 or 3-up is a lot more challenging. Meanwhile, Sabo gets his clip.
Yeah, but he went too far low.
He's gonna have to take the lower path instead. Nearly lost his hammer suit there.
I don't know how that didn't hit the thwomp. The hammer, that is. Must have just missed his hitbox.
Just a few steps away, gonna have to avoid some fireballs.
Yeah, and the fireballs on this lower path are all in your way. Take the shorter path, you don't have to deal with the fireballs. Take the longer way, they are in your way. Here we go.
Oh, and there it is.
Bowser is down. And sab0tender will win his first race in the tournament with a victory over Sharky. Just over 40 minutes. Get your GGs in the chat as sab0tender wins.
Very nicely done by him. And his official time, 40 minutes, 8 seconds.
So we'll get sab0tender in here for a post-race interview coming up in just a moment. Sharky continuing on his way through this World 6. So while we're waiting for sab0tender coming in here, do you want to give us the updated standings for this group?
Certainly, let me bring it up here. With that win, Sabo will finally is on the board at 1-7, and Sharky will be finishing 3-5.
And there's our winner, sab0tender. GG and congratulations.
Hey, thanks a lot. GG's.
Glad to have that first win.
You know, it was really nice, yeah, to get, you know, at least one win in this tournament. It's been a lot of fun, so I'm glad that I was able to, you know, put all this hard work that I've been, you know, putting into the game, seeing it pay off finally, which is nice.
Yeah, from what I heard, like, it was just a monumental meltdown from your last race.
Yeah, I mean, a couple of my races were close, but yeah, you know, a couple little goof-ups here and there, things that I didn't know about or something like that, you know, little tricks, but put a little bit of practice in this week, and so everything kind of went the way I was hoping it would go today. So, yeah, just pretty solid all around, I think.
Was there any point in this race that you were wondering where Sharky was, if he was close to you, or if you were worried that he was in the lead?
Absolutely. Every friggin' second. There were a couple of worlds there that were super free if you had a hammer, and I only had the 2, I think, that I used to good advantage there in world, the water world, and Pipeland also really worked out well. But I thought, well, Sharky must have done these exact same things. What if he's already a mile ahead? So it was definitely in the back of my mind.
Turned out that those 2 hammers were the only hammers we saw this entire seed. Sharky ended up taking a game over in the first world, World 4, before he was able to get any momentum going, and that gave you the lead, and you pretty much held on throughout, and at the end it turned out to be a 2-world advantage. Here as Sharky's going through pipe maze at this point.
Yeah, World 4 off the start there, it wasn't too bad, but I guess it was one that could kind of punish you if you lost your way a little bit there. So I can see that kind of being tough to take a game over early on.
I've played this before, played these tourney flags before, and they're no joke. My goodness.
Absolutely not, yeah.
But one thing we did get to see plenty of in this seed between the 2 of you was plenty of frog suits.
Yeah, I grabbed, I used one there, and I was thinking about, was it that awful swimming level in, is it like 6-6 or something?
Yeah, 6-6, and then you decided, nope, I'm not doing 6-6.
Yeah, I used the frog suit, thought, oh, I'll just swim through it, and then I thought, nah, it's cloud time.
Yeah, Sharky did not cloud that stage, ended up losing a little more time to you at that point. He also went through 7-6, which you ended up, after taking the death early on in that stage, decided, nope, I'm P-winging it.
Yeah, 7-6. Yeah, that's one that I am not a fan of. So I definitely was lucky to have that P-Wing in the inventory there.
Meanwhile, we see Sharky in World 8 now.
Awesome, awesome.
Yeah, it turns out he's going to use a hammer here. So he must have had 3 at that point then. But yeah, he's continuing on through this World 8, finding out that he's not taking the right path to get to where he needs to go in order to get to Bowser. You found, in pretty short order, the path to get to Bowser. Then, hi, you know this level that's in front of Bowser? It doesn't create that bridge you want.
Yeah, that I figured that was going to happen. With my World 8, it was really I walked into the tank by accident, and I thought, okay, well, seeing as I've already done this level, I'm just going to go into this second pipe instead, and just kept following it through, and that kind of helped me out, set me on the right track.
Meanwhile, Sharky's struggling a little bit with what to do and how to get there.
Yeah,
taking another death in Desert Fort.
Yeah, he wound up in 2F as he's trying to make his way through, which 2F takes the appearance of the Air Force this time around. But yeah, pretty solid race for you, and you know, any thoughts you have in what is your final race in this tournament?
Man, I came close to a sub 40 for the first time, so that was a little hard to see the counters, seconds ticking away there. But I mean, I've had a great time. My group members have been awesome, and I mean, the admin for this tournament have done a great job keeping it organized. So, I mean, shout outs to all of them for putting this on. I've just had a blast being a part of it.
Well, best of luck in whatever you do next.
Awesome. I'll probably go back to my bread and butter, Link to the Past, but I'll stick around just to see Sharky's finish, but I'll just kind of keep quiet for the next little bit.
Maybe see you in a weekly race after the tournament's done once in a while, either?
Yeah, I mean, I've had enough fun doing this stuff that I think I can keep doing it on the regular for sure.
For the second time, Sharky gets grabbed by the hand and finds himself back inside of the stage, takes another jelly death to get out of the hand stage. You know, 50-50 chances don't go your way when you're just trying to find out that right path sometimes.
It's almost like Murphy's Law at work.
I'm sure you enjoyed seeing the World 8 Fortress at the actual fortress there, sab0tender.
Yeah, that wasn't too bad. That fortress is a bit long, but it's not one that I dislike too much, I guess.
After your 8 group stage matches here, sab0tender, what stage would you be very, very happy if Fred removed out of the randomizer for good?
Oh, it's got to be Piranha Fort. That, without a doubt. It's such a great level, but I hate playing it.
Really? Over 5-9 in Atlantis?
Yeah, yes. That's my hot take there. Piranha Fort, the worst.
Hey, we didn't even see Atlantis this go around.
No, yeah, but we did see 5-9, which was unfortunate.
Yeah, and it was early on that you both had to decide whether or not you wanted to use that cloud, and then it kind of was like, no, it's way too early to be using the cloud in 5-9. Mm-hmm. Although that chain chomp came very close to that fire chomp, rather, came very close to singeing your tail.
Oh, no doubt. Yeah, that was a clench moment there. I was very worried.
Well, Sharky just found the Bowser screen and just saw that he needs to build a bridge, and unfortunately he will be able to build a bridge because he's in 8 Fort now.
trying to build up his speed before hitting the P-switch here, so that way he can maybe try to do the single cycle. Don't think he's gonna get it. Yeah, he's gonna miss it by just seconds there. I think going too fast past the door ended up costing his ability to one cycle.
Taking the time to get a power-up, and fortunately he does get one. He wants to see what is there, and it's a leaf and not a fire flower, so... No idea what he was trying to do there.
Probably had that feeling that he was already not going to make the door, so at that point just go ahead and just make your way in. Let the timer run out type of thing. So here he goes against Boom Boom. He'll create that bridge and face off against Bowser for the final time in this tournament.
And he'll be receiving some very good news when he reaches the screen.
Oh, that's right. He's still got to deal with 5F1 before he's able to go in, because he didn't tackle the stage beforehand. So, Sharky almost done with this race. You know, that's the thing with these Group 2 flags, is that these races can be done in almost an instant. Blink and you miss it.
Yeah, but by the same side of the coin, they're a lot more chaotic with what can happen.
Like, we just saw that, but Sharky's trying to find where to go in this World 8. Thankfully, World 7 was pretty straightforward this time around.
He's wasting no time. He got the star, he has the hammer suit, he's going. Oh, a swag clip! Very nice!
Although it put him right onto the waffle there that caused him to lose his hammer suit, so what was a nice swag clip ended up costing him the hammer suit. Gets up though, so pretty much he's gonna play this out the near standard way.
You know, it may have cost him a power-up, but I'm not mad about that. That was so swag.
I am not mad about that either. Here we go. Hi Bowser, how are you?
Why don't you take a seat right over here?
He couldn't stay where Bowser was about to land because the fireball was going to hit him if he decided to go right where he was about to land. There we go. So we got 2 more jumps coming up here from Bowser, and then we can wrap things up for this race.
Oh no, it's been a good one.
And there it is. Bowser fall down the hole. And we'll go ahead and finish things off. Get your GGs in the chat for Sharky2107.
His official time, 54:01. And while you have a moment, please give both of our racers a follow. I'm sure they've put on a great show for you and are willing to put on a better show for you on their own time.
Definitely. Be sure to follow all of the runners that are in this tournament here. These two put on a good show for us here, and we'll go ahead and talk to Sharky2107.
And now joining us is Sharky. Sharky, job well done on the finish.
Well, that was a pretty much of a seed. I only seen Boss Bass once, though.
Yeah, that was kind of surprising that we didn't see all that much Boss Bass.
Yeah, Boss Bass only appeared in all one stage between what we saw on your screen and also on sab0tender's screen. Boss Bass did not get fed tonight.
There will be
Yeah,
plenty of
okay.
other opportunities, though.
Yeah, he'll probably get eaten sometime tomorrow. Gets his food tomorrow, probably.
Maybe still later tonight. We still got more races coming up tonight. So, overall, your thoughts on this seed. What worlds did you like? Which worlds did you not like?
Well, the ending was pretty much quick. World 7 being, find the right quick pipes, which I did, and having that hammer kind of helped.
Having that hammer helped in World 3, having the hammer helped in World 7. It was an interesting seed nonetheless. Like, that World 7 was made to be quickly done. Just take the right pipe, and there you are. You're on the side that you need to go, and you only have to deal with the piranha plants, or in your case, not deal with the piranha plants, just music box them.
Yeah, unfortunately, I did find 5-9, but luckily, I was like, you know what? Do I want to do this level, or I have a cloud? Do I want to do this level, or use my cloud? Might as well use a cloud when you have it.
That's good logic. Like, it's not going away by itself.
Yeah, we saw 5-9 relatively early. We never saw Atlantis, so we didn't see the other auto-scroller. And any level out there that you wanted to curse in this seed?
Well, finding 7-6 and not being able to clip, well, that was kind of rude. But on that end, that was my fault.
Yeah, 7-6 is such a bad level for sure.
Yeah, sab0tender ended up taking the death and then P-winged it.
I always forget 7-6 is the P-wing one.
I thought it might have been one of the P-wing ones, and I was up there flying. I thought, oh no, it's not. And then I, kind of went over the top there and was like, okay, thank goodness.
So this is going to bring your tournament experience to an end at 3 and 5. Anything you want to say? Anyone you want to thank? Any comments? Any thoughts whatsoever as you get ready to head on out of this tournament, Sharky?
Well, of course, thanks to Speed Gaming for hosting the restream. Thanks to you guys for doing a commentary tonight, and I guess thanks to special thanks I guess to Calvin and Leslie Pro, those that made it through in our group, and good games all around throughout all the people. It was fun, so.
And as you get ready out of here, sab0tender mentioned some of the things that he's doing with Link to the Past Randomizer. Anything you want to plug as you step out of this tournament, Sharky?
Well, Randomizer-wise, I've been playing a lot of Z1R, mainly the all boards, no swords. Have a field day with that.
I've heard it's fun.
I haven't had a bad seed yet. I'm getting better at that myself, so.
Well, maybe you'll get to commentate a bad seed coming up when you're on the commentary duty at midnight tonight.
Yeah, let's see how that plays. I'm looking forward to it. And I got my match, I believe, tomorrow night.
Alright, let's get ready to get on out of here. We've got another race coming up in about 25 minutes here on Speed Gaming 4. Isn't that correct?
Yeah, let me see about the schedule. Yeah, coming up later tonight, we have Dave Lindo versus Dodge Master Dooley. That should be a good one. There's plenty of other good stuff tomorrow, with a doubleheader of the Haxer versus Sonic 2008. And Friday has Great White Hope versus Claris.com. So for more information, please go on and check out speedgaming.org for all of the schedule information and whatever you want to watch.
So yeah, come back here in about 24 minutes. Dave Lindo, Dodge Master Dooley, Great White Hope is going to be your host for that match. So stay tuned for that. I'm Adirondack Rick for our runner sab0tender and Sharky2107. I bid you a great night. Crazy dude, send us on out of here, won't you?
don't get eliminated!
Good night, everyone.